Hello everybody, we've got a new event at hand here. It's going to be a limited time series for BMW M5. So this one is running through 27th of January, and that is if you're on the Eastern Hemisphere. If you're on the Western side of things, then it'll be the Sunday the 26th because of obviously the time zone difference. So check your calendar and plan accordingly. And along with the car, we get 45 gold. And of course, we'll have to spend that to upgrade the car to meet the PR requirement, which is 61.5 according to what they say on their site. And this car's base PR is 48.5. So let's check in and find out what this is going to be all about. Earn a 2018 BMW M5 by 100% completing this special limited time series. This incredible car was used to smash the world record for longest continuous drift by drifting for a staggering 232.5 miles. What? So does that mean this car is going to be extremely slippery? Is that what it means? Who knows? Typically, Beamers are pretty grippy, so we'll see. All right, so here's the 45 gold total reward broken down into, of course, the 25% completion increment. So, yeah, let's get this completed right away with gold. It's going to be under, of course, the 15 tier 45 event series. So by the way, the car's cost is, if you're to buy it outright, it'll cost you 375 gold. And they're giving us 45 gold for completing the series. So let's see, I'm anticipating around 200 gold for upgrade cost of this car to meet the PR requirement. We'll find out. So we'll use the gold to get it done right away. Yep. Collect the gold and racing dollar reward plus the car. And once again, just like the M2 competition, this is gonna be coming in white. All right, so we might have to do something about that for this car as well. So base PR 48.5. And the final cup, which is going to be at Circuit of the Americas, which one's a Grand Prix circuit, 3 laps, and the PR requirement 61.5. All right, so let's see what it takes to get us up there. All right, starting with the engine. All right, so this one is going to be costing us 39,800 for the first tier, and it's going to take 2.5 hours. So all right, let's get that going. And drivetrain 37,100 for that one, and another 0.7 PR point boost. So let's see, there are 7 categories. So obviously different categories are going to give us different PR boost. So somewhere around 4 point something is what I'm expecting, because if it's 0.7 for all of them, obviously that'll be closer to 5 point. But you know, as you can see here, body is gonna give us just a half a point PR point for 29,500. All right, and then suspension 0.6 PR point boost. They don't always add up like exactly, but at least we get a ballpark idea of what we're looking for. And considering that we need is that 13 PR point boost from 48.5 to 61, right? So if each stage, the tier of upgrades, give us about 4.3, 4.4, then that'll give us exactly 13, wouldn't it? Right, so I'm anticipating, like in many of these new limited time series, or limited time series for new cars in the game. 3 upgrades across the board, 21 upgrades total. We'll see. And exhaust is going to be 0.8 PR point boost. That's a nice boost there, for 33,600 racing dollars. And the brakes, 26,000, and it's going to give us 0.6 PR point boost. So far the body is the one that does not give us quite as much PR boost. And tires and wheels, 31,200, and we get 0.6 PR point boost. So let's check out what that brings the PR up to. 52.9. All right, so that is PR point boost of 4.4. All right, so let's see what the next tier upgrades are gonna be like. All right, let's see. Second tier. All right, and we're starting at 52.9, and it's gonna be 34 gold for the engine, and it's gonna get us another 0.6 PR boost this time, so a little less than the first tier. And then it unlocks the next tier racing dollar upgrade, which is gonna be 8 hours. Boy. All right, and let's take a look at the next category. Drivetrain, that's gonna be 32 gold and gonna get us another 0.7 PR point boost. So Drivetrain giving us a little bit more back than the engine, which is fairly typical. And then the body is gonna be 25 gold. All right, and another 0.5 PR point boost there. Suspension, 28 gold. All right, and then exhaust, 28 gold here. And brakes, 22. And finally, tires and wheels, 26 gold. And that does bring the PR up to 57.2. All right, so let's see. Let's punch in that number here. 57.2, and that is a boost of 4.3, right, from 52.9. All right, and then the third tier upgrades. All right, let's see. Start from the first category. Engine, it's gonna be costing us 89,700, and we're back up to 0.7 PR boost here. All right, and it's gonna take 8 hours. Huh? That's a decent length of time, isn't it? All right, and next category, drivetrain, 83,400. All right, so yeah, I'm punching in this number into a little spreadsheet here, so bear with me if I sound somewhat distracted here, trying to multitask. And the body, we got 66,300 for the third tier here. And then suspension is gonna be 76,500. All right. And exhaust, 75,600. So fairly comparable to suspension as always. And brakes, 58,500. And finally, tires and wheels, 70,200. And let's see if this is going to bring our PR up to what the target that we're looking for. And it does get exactly to 61.5, so that is 4.3 PR point boost. All right, so as I was saying, it's like first tier gets us the 4.4, next two second tier upgrades and third tier upgrades, both each of them give us 4.3 to make up exactly 13 PR points. So that's yeah, how you get there to meet the PR requirement. So total cost, gold cost, which is really the primary concern for most racers, is going to be 195 gold. Those second tier gold upgrades. And the first tier racing dollar upgrade total was 231,200. And then the third tier racing dollar upgrade total was 520,200. So total racing dollar upgrade cost is going to be 751,400. So, and then of course we get 45 gold back out of 195. So the net cost to win this car through this limited time series is going to be 150 gold. So that's, with all things considered, that's not too bad, right? Anyway, now with that out of the way, let's check out the actual series itself and see what we can find. All right, so tier 1, we got endurance at Mount Panorama. I'm expecting at the beginning, typically they're expecting us to run about 5-6 kilometers before we do any bot training. Or the opposite, if you win by larger margin of victory, then of course you have to run longer distance. So yeah, anyway, then we got Speed Snap at Melbourne, which is fairly short one. That's pretty easy, pretty low target speed typically. And then Cup is gonna be at Daytona Motorcycle Course, single lap, and I expect it to be a rolling start. Moving on to tier 2, we've got head-to-head at Suzuka West, single lap as you might expect, and we got a drag race. It's gonna be at Monza. If you really care to, know where it is. Anyway, and then Cup for tier 2 is gonna be at Formula E Berlin circuit, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 51. So obviously you're gonna need some of those 2.5 hour first tier upgrades done before you can make your way past tier 2. All right, and then tier 3, we got autocross at Hockenheim Short. Let's see, where does that take place? I can't remember where that is. Anyway, it's a short circuit, so can't take too long, right? And then we got Elimination at Silverstone, another type of event that the venue is somewhat irrelevant. It's going to be at the international circuit. And then the Cup for tier 3 is going to be at Catalunya National, maybe 2 laps. Yes, and the PR requirement is 52.1. All right. Let's move on to tier 4, the 25% completion tier, right? So, starting with Hunter at Spa, so that's a full lap. By this point, most likely your car will be in critical condition, I'd assume. And then we got Speed Record at the Brickyard Road Course. All right, I don't know why I tapped into that one. But anyway, and then the Cup is going to be a Dubai Grand Prix, single lap, of course. This early on, we wouldn't get multiple lap here. And the important thing, PR requirement, is it higher than 53.1 is just higher than 52.9, which is the limit of your racing dollar upgrades. So if, there's no gold to be won by using racing dollar upgrades alone. So if you're in it to win it. All right. Anyway, then moving on to tier 5, we got Speed Snap at Bugatti Circuit, Autocross at Mazda Raceway, and the Cup is going to be at Brands Hatch, 4 laps. All right. And PR requirement here is 53.9. So obviously you do need those, at least some of those second tier gold upgrades. And no gold upgrade is less than the 25% completion reward of 3 gold, I think. So yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, so tier 6. We got Elimination at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit, Hunter at Nürburgring Grand Prix, and the cup here is going to be at Leipzig Porsche Test Track Long On-Road Circuit, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 54.7. All right, so with the second tier gold upgrades, I expect we should be able to get to about tier 10, and then that's about when we're gonna need those third tier 8-hour racing dollar upgrades to get past that point. Typically that's the way it works. So tier 7, we got head-to-head at the national circuit of Red Bull Ring, single lap. And then we got Speed Snap at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway road circuit or road course. And the cup for tier 7 at Monza Junior course, 4 laps with the PR requirement of 55.5. All right, and moving on to tier 8. We got Endurance at Porsche Test Track, short road circuit, and Autocross at Dubai Club Circuit, and the cup is going to be a Daytona road course. Once again, rolling start, 2 laps, and it is going to be PR requirement 56.3 is what's required here. So that is a 50% completion tier 8. Next, tier 9, we got Hunter at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, head-to-head at Suzuka Grand Prix, single lap. And the cup here is going to be at Hockenheim Grand Prix, 3 laps. Oh, 3-lap Grand Prix already. All right, what's the PR requirement? 57. All right, so this is going to be the last tier you can do with the second tier upgrades. As I was saying, when we get to tier 10, the cup is going to have a higher PR than the second tier gold upgrades. So, all right, if you can make it this far within 8 hours, I guess, which technically you should be able to if you just run straight through, then you may have to watch a few ads to cut down on those 8-hour R&D time on those tier 3 racing dollar upgrades. Anyway, we got speed record in tier 10 at Bugatti Circuit, Elimination at Catalunya Club Circuit, and the cup is at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. Is it going to be another 3 laps? Yep. With the PR requirement now 57.7. So yeah, that's obviously higher than 57.2, which was your PR with the 2 tiers of upgrades across the board. All right, and then tier 11, we got Speed Snap at Silverstone National, Autocross at Mount Panorama, and the cup at Nürburgring Grand Prix, 2 laps. All right, so that actually is that. I mean, I guess Red Bull Ring is shorter Grand Prix circuit. But is Hockenheim really that short? I don't think of Hockenheim as being that short, but maybe it is. And Nürburgring Grand Prix, of course, a bit on the longer side of things. So we got 2-lap Grand Prix cup here with a PR requirement of 58.4. All right, moving on to tier 12, which of course is the 75% completion tier. We got head-to-head at Melbourne. I expect that to be a single lapper. It is. And speed record at Berlin. And the cup is going to be at Mazda Raceway, 4 laps with the PR requirement of 59.2. All right. And then tier 13, we got Endurance at Brands Hatch, Speed Snap at Spa, and the cup is going to be at Suzuka Grand Prix, back to 3 laps. And the PR requirement is 59.9. All right, and the penultimate tier, tier 14, we got Hunter at Monza Road Course, head-to-head at Hockenheim National, single lap. And the cup is going to be a Catalunya Grand Prix, probably 3 laps again. Yep. And the PR requirement is going to be 60.7. And then finally, last tier, tier 15, we got Autocross at Red Bull Ring National, Endurance at Dubai National, and of course, as we checked in earlier, the final cup is going to be at Kota Grand Prix 3-lap cup with a PR requirement of 61.5. All right, so all in all, were there any event that might pose us to service the car? I don't see anything that really sticks out. Speed Snap at Silverstone National could be a little tricky if your car is in critical condition. And speed record at Bugatti Circuit. I feel like there's got to be a way you can, get higher speed than the target at circuits like that, where if you don't have to slow down around the corners and just fly straight into a wall or something like that. Let's see. Hunters, rarely an issue. Autocross, also rarely an issue. Endurance shouldn't give you any trouble. Speed Snap at the Brickyard Road Course. I suppose that can be a little tricky in critical condition. So let's see. Tier 7 might require you to service the car. Perhaps Tier 10? Alright, and Tier 6 we got Elimination, Hunter. No, none of those are going to be a matter. And then Tier 5, of course your car would be in critical condition. And we have a Speed Snap, but you will have quite a few upgrades by this point, I expect. So I'm anticipating perhaps a couple of occasions of service being required. But for the most part, that's fairly typical, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. You might need to service the car a couple of times if you want to run straight through in critical condition, as long as you keep your margin of victory to minimum. Right, so anyway, that does it for this series overview video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys found this information useful, and we'll see you guys in the next video where I attempt to make my way through this one starting from scratch. So stay tuned and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.